West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Sorry, that song's just been in my head since like the Fallout trailer, and I don't know. And I've just come off a night shift, to be honest, so I'm kind of half dead and half hyped up on energy drinks. So I might be a bit off in this video, but let's face it, when am I not? So last I checked with this video game here, we finished our business on Hephaestus. We found out more about the end of the world and everything, and now we are back here on our favourite place in the world, or off the world, the Sender Station. So I don't know what we're doing now. Maybe Grumposs will shed some light on the situation. Lambus is a remote planet on the far side of the universe. Any ships that attempt to land on the surface vanish without a trace. Stories of eerie visions and ghost fleets have haunted the planet for years. One thing is certain about Limbus, its name is synonymous with death for good reason. Go there and you die. It's a crying shame it's gotta end like this, son. It really brings a tear to my eye, especially after all these scraps we've been through together. Hell, given a few more adventures, I might have gotten to like you. If you want, I'll donate your share of the elemental profits to the charity of your choice, and I promise to keep the little Beebots safe and out of trouble. I remember now, we're going to the spooky planet of death to find out more. And it would appear that Grumposs has no interest in coming with us. Which is a shame, because he's our healer. Might struggle otherwise. We'll take Big Crits over here. You got my full sympathy and support on this Limbus thing. I wish you only the best, I really do. Don't give me that look. You're getting ideas again. And when you get ideas, I get trouble. Figures. You never could close a case, could you? Thanks for the low blow. I'll add it to my list of reasons to hate you. Don't give me that puppy dog face. You've got a bad habit of pushing the wrong buttons on me, Dick. That was kind of uncalled for. Sorry, asking for help has never been my strong suit. Wow, that sounds suspiciously like sincerity. Fine. Just don't get any ideas about us. You've been looking at me pretty funny lately. Hey, we got one. We have a party member. You know what? We'll make it a harem. Come along, little lady. I can't do a black girl voice, so never mind, eh? Even though I'm skeptical, make sure you ask the right questions on Limbus. Maybe Fatima can record the proceedings for playback. What do you mean? You're going to be there with me to find out. I am? Of course I am. I'm not superstitious. I'm sure there are rational explanations for all the ships that have disappeared over the planet. Right? Of course there are. I'm not nervous. Good. Glad that's the case, because you two ladies are going to be my wing women. Sorry, pal, you're a bit shit. And Democritus, I just can't get along with it. A+ character design, don't get me wrong, but it's just not normal, is it? It's not how these things are meant to go. So come on, let's get to work. I hate to be adamant, but we refuse to be left behind. Besides being a matter of national security, exit polls show our population are underwhelmingly, or overwhelmingly, in favour of participation. Their voices must be heard. Someone better stay behind before the party gets too big. Well, see, now I've got a little choice to make, because the stiletto hits harder. But the Doctor has that really sweet ass limit break, and also has a ranged attack, which means she doesn't have to be in things' face to attack them and have to waste half her turns moving. Yeah, we'll take the Doctor. We need her brains on this business anyway. So this is our team now, is it? Can we do some re-equipping? Everyone who's not with us. I can't help but notice that we've still got another character to get. Look at that. Equip best. equip best. And equip best. What have we got? Slow strike, fire cage, and well, we definitely want poison spin. I can't remember what fire cage is, but it's probably quite good. We're gonna want sidechain on someone though, because it is godly. So that will do. Right. Off we go then, I suppose. What a team. This clown's been here a while. Do you think he's dead? I mean, technically he's moving, but that might just be like after death spasms. Might just be some strong winds moving his arm back and forth. Or maybe he's a zombie clown. Didn't think of that one, did you? Of course you didn't. That's why you got me here with you. To fill in all the blanks in the mysterious happenings in the world of Anachronox. I can't help but realise that this game is called Anachronox when we haven't actually been on Anachronox for the vast majority of the game. It's like the first 5 episodes were spent there or something, and the rest of the time we've been jetting off around space. It should have just been called Going Round Space and Returning to Sender Station too often. That would have been a much snappier title. I'm assuming this is how we do it. I mean, last time we had to exit Sender Station, it was just a case of coming here and then working out the fine details once we arrived. Journey stopped being quite so weird and specific after we got far enough in the game. So a lot of the puzzles have just been getting simpler and simpler, to be honest. We can return to Anachronox. It might be nice to head back home for a bit, but honestly, it kind of looks like it's like an acorn. Not an acorn, a conker. That's what I meant. Same thing. I don't want to live on a giant space conker, so I've got better things to do. Sure as hell not going back to Hephaestus either. I'll go to this Pluto-type planet over here. Nice bit of background space travel there. Ooh, cutscene.
Are you really a detective?
Yeah.
Credentialed.
Sir,
Didn't I tell you to shut up?
we're getting conflicting readings on a starship rapidly closing in on our course.
Spit it out, Dewdrop. What's the problem?
Either our planetary sensors are severely malfunctioning, or this is the biggest starship on record.
Then your records suck. How big can it be?
Giant space face. That was it's quite a big ship. Quite a big ship. I've seen smaller. Also, I'd like to reiterate giant space face, because I enjoyed saying it. I do feel like this was just a lot closer to the camera than my ship was. Like in a minute this is just going to pass, my ship's still just going to be going along in the background. Alright. So it looks like we've had a bit of a detour on the way to the planet of the dead. Is this where all the ships have disappeared to, or is this some unrelated incident? Oh, there's an interior space face as well. A door face, if you will. Oh, are those crazy Anachronox camera angles, huh?
Rictus.
Rectum?
Pardon?
The purple lighting, the angry face, that gaping jaw. There's no doubt about it. We're in the custody of super villain Rictus.
Supervillain?
Ever read any Krypton comic books? Men in tights, with big muscles, punching each other in the crotch?
We're unfamiliar with the literature.
Krypton Comics were a line of superhero comic books based on real-life superheroes from planet Krypton. I used to read them all the time growing up.
More brilliant.
Safe?
Oop.
No, but this is how it's done in the comics. Come on.
Meanwhile, supervillain Richter shifts attention away from his new guest to conduct a surprise inspection of his treacherous henchman. El Pinto and his enfants terribles. Recruited by Richter during his visit to Circus City, this powerful party of petite pugilists packs a pint-sized punch of potent pain. The Laser League of Devil Slugs. Discovered during the fall of the hero's saga, these malevolent mollusks are conditioned to kill. The Insanito Brigade. 2 years ago, the crew of the medical frigate HMS Pudding encountered the villain ship. Driven insane by a canister of ricticide nerve gas, they were transformed into his diabolical servants. They march out in search of their prey. A man, a woman, and a planet. Richter's hopes his new guest will put up a decent fight.
Okay, I thought this was all a bit tacky at first, but I was kind of won over by that cutscene. Sure, why can't it be a comic book? This game's been just about everything else so far, so I'm all for it. God, honestly, if this game got a new coat of paint, you know, just a few like bug fixes, and it doesn't even really need graphical improvement. It looks fine, you know. Obviously, it looks old, but it's not like ugly or anything. But yeah, if they just, you know, sped up the combat a bit and, as I say, fixed a few things, this game would be so fucking good. Can't believe I'd never even heard of it until I started playing it. Right, that aside, let's click this a bit. No? Okay. Who are you lads? Oh, they have comic book speech bubbles. This is so cool. What do you think? Kind of might make it out alive, but the rest of them are screwed for sure. Oh, okay, well, thanks for that input on my situation. I'm assuming we want to go through the big scary door face. No? Well, I'm already stumped. The supervillains bested me, to be honest. I'll just get on my ship and leave, to be honest. I said to be honest twice in one sentence, to be honest. Just keep going with that. That's how normal people speak, right? I've mastered the English language. What am I doing? Oh, hello. The Cosmic Machine, created by Grand Bosom Pillory in the Second Age of Wonderment, the Cosmic Machine is the alleged source of Kapow power and is infinitely, that's not how you pronounce that word, fueled by the good graces of the cosmos. Found by Rictus during the Villain Crisis crossover, it has been put to evil purpose and is now the ultimate force of mayhem in the galaxy. Alright. Good to know. We found a button. Sounded like it did something. There we go. Look at this. Our own special kind of progress. Beware El Pintos. I'll try to. Thanks for the tip. Save that now that we've managed to get through that super tough doorway based challenge. There they are, the El Pintos. Let's see what they got for us then. Tell you what I got for them, and that's a gun. I'm sure that attack animation won't get tiresome. It'll be just great. Oh, that was right on fucking target, Democritus. Well done. You know, that chair was really asking for it. Oh, she's got a melee weapon now. When did that happen? I mean, it's fine. She can have a melee weapon. I'm not bothered, but... What is going on? Oh, he missed, okay. You know, I'm already missing Grumpos. I'm not even one entire fight in yet, and I already seem a bit fucked without him. Shall we break out the spells? It's not going great so far, is it? To be fair, they can't seem to hit for shit. Make my guys look good. One of you's getting side pulled. One of you's getting poisoned. And both of you are getting plasma walled. See what you think of that then, boyos. Nasty black spider thing. God, it's so damage resistant. So very damage resistant. 160 that did. They haven't got too much health because we could be here a while. This could be the rest of the video. Did he get poisoned? Yes, he did. Swell. $300 from that limit break. Now we're talking. Oh, he died. Very damage resistant, but don't have that much HP. So that's good. They do also hit like trucks on the rare occasion that they actually hit. To be fair, if they're pro wrestlers, they're not used to actually hurting other people. They seem more resistant to magic than to attacks, so we'll just keep attacking. Whoa! And also Democritus is a truck apparently, so you know we might be okay just off that fact alone. I don't know if that's something to do with his damage type, or I don't know. I don't know how this game works. I just play it. Oh, okay. This looks fun. Right, one A. So if we go, I don't get it. Let's just wander around a bit. What's this? We did that. Did that help? Huh. I choose this door. Oh boy. Is there even anything in here? Doesn't really look like it. Another one of those anthills that we still can't do anything with. Feel like that's going to be our final character's ability. Going to be something to do with those. Bit late in the game to be getting a lot of them though. I feel like we can't return to half the areas that had them. Oh well, this was clearly a dead end. We've ruled that out. See, we don't need a map, we can just process of elimination this bastard. Gotta be this way. See, save point. Definitely the right direction. Wouldn't put a save point in if it wasn't right. That would just be mean and misleading. Whoever she is. Once again, I'm tired. You must forgive me. Oh, this is like they've decorated. They like their oranges and purples, don't they? Well, 4 is several. I mean, if they all choose to attack one of my characters, they will just kill them outright. I have to leave this entirely up to Democritus. To let him be a beast. Or let them be a beast, I should say. Shouldn't refer to them as the singular when there is clearly an entire nation behind that laser beam. The work of the many, not of the one. Communism, how? Oh, shit, it died. Alright. They're interesting little fellows, aren't they? I'm assuming it's going to be these on the first floor, and then the slimy dudes in the second area, and then the other lads in the last area, and then we'll reach the boss. Seems likely, doesn't it? Nice of them to introduce them to us beforehand, so we know what we're in for. But knowing and being prepared, two very separate concepts. I know technically I could have finished off the one that Boots was attacking, but I'm kind of trusting Bowman here. Should really heal Democritus. Not looking too healthy right now. But at the same time its health ends in 69 and I don't want to ruin that. I want to compromise that epic joke. Sex position, you know. Did you know that? Are you familiar with the concept of sex? I'll admit it's been a while. This isn't great, is it? 94 health. Probably fix that up at some point. Like now, ideally. There, we got 15 of these. Democritus. Kill that one. Is it dead? It's dead, good. You just gotta know what you're doing and it sorts itself out. They may have some spectacular wrestling maneuvers, but somehow we can muscle through. I really hope I haven't just put Bowman in the way of Democritus, because he's the only fucker who can do any damage. Doesn't seem to want to let me attack. Oh, because it's dead. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's an understandable idea, and you don't want to be just pounding into a corpse. They've suffered enough, you know. Ro. My good friend Ro. Can you chug a couple of these? You can have one. Democritus is going to be fine, yeah, good. Good. Brilliant. Is this fucking thing? Why can we keep looking at... I don't really know what it all means. We're there. Oh, it's... 2PA, yeah, that's where we are. El Pinto's lair. Yeah, it doesn't actually. For some reason, I took the original map to be telling me where to go, but it was just telling me where I was, and I'm just too dumb to realise it. Oh, looks like we're going to be fighting these in the first area after all. Maybe there's just one area. I like the slug creatures from Futurama. That's what they remind me of. Like a slurm factory over there. On Futurama, a great show. You know. I mean, I know the later seasons after it came back weren't quite as hot, but I still enjoyed them. You know. If they came back with another series, I might roll my eyes a little and be like, stop flogging the dead horse, but at the same time I'd still watch it and I still enjoy it, so... Well, he's taking even less damage. Maybe we should try some spells. $154, Jesus. Not seen numbers that low for a while. That 0 was technically somewhat lower though. Stop blasting her in the vagina. That's uncalled for. Sexual assault. Stick to regular assault. Well, that's 100,000 people dead. Oh well. Does seem somewhat dangerous to shrink your entire planet down to a size where you could be destroyed by a large can of fly spray. Should probably be doing things. I was too busy watching the lasers go off. They were quite pretty. Let's track to hold something, shall we? That. Can't really remember what this does. I think I tried it out once and didn't really get it, so I just never touched it again. Seems reasonable to believe that it's going to be some sort of crowd control type. No, he just moves them around a bit. That seemed like a smart move. A worthwhile maneuver, if you will. Oh, the planet's on fire. That's awkward. Awkward. Goes a rainforest. Come on, Bowman. There we go. Nope, not that one. That one. Oh, I did a little more against these. Or am I being over optimistic there? I don't think I saw any 400s coming out against the Luca Libre men. We should do something about that. We really should. This is all you're getting. Can't afford to keep wasting the completes. You can just have a plus. You got some time minder tears. Those will come in handy if we need them. God, they take no prisoners, do they? Still not sure if that tractor beam did anything. Doesn't seem overly phased by it, does he? Just sort of blinking at us. Doing his sluggy things. Don't really know what I mean by that, but yeah, slug-based activities. Why can she not use the higher level ones? I'm still not really sure how it all works. I pretend I know what I'm doing, but I don't really. Oh, this is a bit better. I should be dead now, right? Is it not? Hard to tell when we're too busy staring at the fucking ceiling because the cameraman's pissed again. Imagine this game with a smooth running battle system and camera angles that made sense. be fucking legendary, wouldn't it? It's amazing how small things like that can really put a game down in your estimations. Oh, how? You're a slug. How would you leap to the side as a slug? If you can describe how physics would allow that, then I'll stop being annoyed about it. The lad in the back's having a whale of a time, isn't he? He's been there getting squished. Getting off on it, I think. Like the slug equivalent of autoerotic asphyxiation. Autoerotic squishination. I just realised there's two of them doing it. There's one on either side. They're too busy being milked for their green juices to bother coming and helping their dying allies. Oh, that's 3 health. He's going to die of his burn before he gets to do anything, isn't he? Do it. Kill it. Kill it. End the battle quickly. That's it, right? We're done. We're done. No more keeped slugs to deal with. Oh, not in this room anyway. I expect there will be others. There, we got some level ups, apparently. Right. Democritus. 3 out of 2,500. That was a close call. I'm man enough to admit when I came close to death. You want to just use up some of these, because they only annoy me. Just taking up space in the inventory. Pretty certain space is unlimited in the inventory, but even so. Which door did I enter through? I think the squishy thing was on the right, so that means I came in through here. Right, so I want to go this way. Yeah, we've not been this way, have we? This is all new. Winding passageways. Oh wait, is it? Huh. I don't know anymore. Fuck it. We've come this far. We'll keep pressing on. I don't remember the sinister red door over there, so probably means we've done something right. Let's head through it. The door is locked. Of course it is. How silly of me. How foolish to expect to be able to make any sort of progress. And instead we just have to wander around this horrible maze fighting these fuckers over and over again. Alright, let's see what you guys are up to then. Hope your attack animation isn't too long. Why are you wearing spacesuits indoors? Atmosphere's perfectly breathable. That was an unnecessary amount of hatchets. Now what are you going to do with that many hatchets? Can we get on with attacking, please? Thank you. Oh, Jesus Christ, these fuckers are damage resistant. Gonna have to bring out the poison for this. Oh, they don't like fire. We've spotted a weakness. Apparently being burned alive is considered a negative thing around these parts. I personally quite enjoy it. It allows me to feel something. Oh, knocking shit on the floor. Right, this attack animation's going to go on for the next 3 days, so I've got time to pick it up. There's only a bottle top. Didn't really want the dog chewing it though, so you know, you gotta tidy up around yourself when you live with dogs. Or not, and just let them choke on bits of plastic, which, you know, is tempting at times. Another minor genocide there. People of that entire southern continent have just been wiped out. by axes as big as planets. Oh, not quite as big as planets, obviously, but quite large. As big as particularly big asteroids. Shall we make some attacks? Instead of just talking shit and watching ourselves get killed. This game doesn't tell you when you've got an attack to make. That's my problem with it. Oh wow, that fire did some fucking damage, didn't it? Fire's doing some work. Attack that. And we'll let Bowman fucking destroy the third one. Oh no, she can't see it. Of course she can't see it. Can you just take a step back, Bowman? Yeah, you can. Good. I mean, Democritus can see that one, so why can't Bowman see that one? Seems like some level of hypocrisy to me. It's alright, you can throw axes there now, everyone down there's dead anyway. Massive earthquakes caused by the impact wiped out anyone who was still alive after the initial giant shards of metal rained from the sky. Can we get a poisoner? We can get a poisoner, can't we? Just ignoring that guy on the left, I'm hoping he's just gonna suffer to death. He's got the weird green orb bouncing up and down inside his body, so he can't have long left. Makes you wonder what the hatchet that's actually in their hands for when they attack by summoning other hatchets out of the ether. That does sound like a classic comic book supervillain though, doesn't it? Because it's like they long ran out of ideas for a lot of these supervillains, so they're just like, oh yeah, you can summon axes, meat cleavers. He summons meat cleavers. He doesn't have any particular power over them or anything. He's just very specific about meat cleavers. I'm really hoping one of these is gonna. There we go. There we go, he fell down. It's actually pretty prompt about it as well. They normally take about 20-30 seconds to realise they're dead in this game, but that guy, he was like, oh, I took some damage, I'm straight over. No muss, no fuss, I appreciate it. Guy's professional down to the very last second. These don't seem anywhere near as dangerous as the slugs either. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I've not made any attempt at healing, and they've not really caused much trouble for me, have they? I mean, I know Democritus is low on health, but not low enough to worry about. Just nip into the menu and patch that right up with our 57 bloody fuckers. I'll say that I'm down to 51 now. They go pretty quickly when you don't have an old healer man with you. Not the complete. You can tell I'm tired because of how long I just sat here, contemplating, clicking the complete, trying to work out whether a complete or a plus was better. In my defence, it's not that clear what's what round it. What's going on here? Oh. I mean, we'll boldly go through. Really want to do this though. I'm sorry, I just became aware of what this enemy type is called. Wait for it, it'll pop up again in a second. You probably already noticed it because I'm sure you're more perceptive than my half asleep form. It just popped up then. I was too busy talking shit to acknowledge it. Bad person. Bad person. Democritus beat. It's not attack in this game, it's beat. bad person. Oh no, they attack. The bad people attack. Democritus beats though. He drops some sick beats. Fuck yeah. You could just insert a few more hatchets into my chest cavity. That'll be swell. Oh, thanks. Thanks, bro. That's really appreciated. I feel so much better now. Number 1's poison and burnt, so we won't have long left. We'll start debuffing the rest of them. It's a shame because the only one in my party who has a relatively useful limit break is Roboman, but she kind of needs to be burning them because she's the only fucker who can do any damage at the moment. Apologies, I just punched my mic, by the way, if there was an odd funking noise. Apparently gesture with my hands too much when I'm tired. I'm going to kill that dog. Like, maybe now. Maybe you'll have to listen to it and be traumatized. You can call the police, but it'll be too late by then. The video will have gone up, the dog will be dead. What are you going to do about it? Floyd! Floyd, yo! Yo, dude! Dude! Oi, look at me. You're a horrible little scrotum. I don't know why I ever took you on board. Send you back to the bloody pound. Oh yeah, my dogs are rescue dogs. I'm a good person. Mongrels, that's what we call them. The scrapings of the barrel. Jesus Christ, let's actually, let's heal. I've not been attacking because I've been too busy yelling at my dog. Don't do it, Floyd. Don't do it. Oi! Shitbag. He's up at the window, you see. He stood there, propped up against the window, looking for something to bark at. Trying to find a reason to be an annoying little scrote. This is what I gotta live with, you see. It may be a little bit annoying for you as a video watcher to hear a dog barking in the background, but I got it 24/7, you know. This is my life. You may witness it, but I've got to live it. If you could stop, just stop with the hatchets. I think we've had enough. I think it's a very good party trick, don't get me wrong. We're all very impressed with your capabilities, but it's getting a bit old now. I wouldn't mind if, you know, I wouldn't be that against these ridiculously long attack animations if they were on creatures that do more than one attack, but because they're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, it gets very tiresome very quickly. Alright, another heel grease. It's not like you do any fucking damage anyway, Boots. I'm still not exactly won over by the idea that the healing items in this are just grease. It's just grease. Like, do they rub it on their body? Do they drink it? Either way, it's not a particularly attractive thought. I mean, it's not too bad thinking about Bowman and Stiletto rubbing grease on their bodies. But Grumpos and Boots. Not so much. Is this going to be the end of Boots now? Because we know he's the only fucker they attack here. Oh, they missed! God, it's like Jesus himself had a plan for me. Live to fight another day, eh, Boots? There you go. Grease yourself up, lad. The war to be won. God, they really... Oh, one's dead. When did that happen? Can't hit that. Move to here then. Can you kill one, please, Democritus? You've just been shooting the same one for this entire match and it's still not gone down. There's got to be 4 attacks on it, which is like 1200 damage. And yeah, I was going to say that should be enough to finish up. Been a pretty go nowhere-y episode, this one, really, isn't it? I'd apologise, but it's the game's fault, not mine. I'm doing my best to get through it, but everything takes a while. Especially when you forget how to use healing items. There we go. I'm actually chomping through these, aren't I? Jesus fucking Christ. 42. Okay, which way did we come in from this time? This side? I think. Oh, was it? It's hard to know. I can't remember if there was a time minder outside this room or if that was a while ago. This entire place is sort of merging into... They're new. They weren't introduced. I don't like the way they're cuddling those fish. It's a bit... Oh god, those sounds are pretty creepy as well. Not really okay with this. Also, Bowman's nearly... Bowman and Boots, for that matter, are both nearly out of mana. Oh, that was a big number. There's a bit more like it. You wouldn't expect such moist creatures to be easily upset by fire, but... I mean, they're terrifying baby cry noises, but they're not really achieving much. They're trying, though. Gotta give them points for effort, haven't you? Yeah, these are just nothing compared to what we were fighting earlier. They do seem like dodgy little fucks, though. It's basically one spell cast. Dealt with that guy. I'd try and kill this one without using any more spells. I don't know why, because I'm going to have to use some mana recovery either way. I'm glad they're gone. Those things will be in my nightmares. You know, if I ever sleep today. Right, Glodent. But this isn't how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Don't go very far, do they, these Glodents? They were guarding this. A Heal Grease Plus. Oh, there's another door. Good. Thought for a second that was all we got from coming all this way. Took a wrong turning somewhere and we're gonna have to... This is where we came from, right? Shit. Speaking of taking wrong turnings, it's less taking a wrong turning and more just doing a complete 180 and walking back out the room again. Here we go, not been this way yet. Good Mr. Time Minder keeping me company. Helping me along my way. I appreciate the effort, friend. I think we finally reached the 3rd floor. This is, generally speaking, where the good shit happens, right? Right, let's fight 4 fish, man. Quite like to make this race extinct, if at all possible. It's the way they cradle those cod, like they're little babies. It's just a bit creepy. As I say, the sound effects really don't help. Resident Evil's got nothing on this shit. Looked like something out of the Bloodborne DLC. That fishing village place, where it was just a load of sort of fucked up, vaguely humanoid sea creatures. Can he not? I'm sure he could hit that one before. Maybe he couldn't. I don't know. Apparently, you can't hit fucking anything. It's like they heard my pleas, heard me bitching and moaning about how everything's got too much health and doesn't take enough damage. So they're like, oh, we'll give you these quite low health, low armor enemies, but we'll also give them ridiculous levels of evasion so you can't fucking hit the bastards. Sound like a fair compromise? Kind of want to try Bowman's limit break on these actually. If I can just wipe them. Pretty unlikely, I know, but a man can dream. And indeed, he does. Horrible, horrible dreams. Filled with intergalactic fishmen and their trout babies. Please just shoot them. Just shoot them good. Need Whacker on the team. There's absurd amounts of accuracy. Right, we're just... In fact, no, we may as well use the limit break. It's not like they carry over. See how much damage it does. 314. Now we're bringing the big numbers. Only take about 3, maybe 4 of them to kill the bastard. Look at that! Boots hit! I didn't know he was capable of that. Alright, it's quite easy to just hop out the way of bullets, you know. I hear they move quite slowly. Yeah, that phrase, like a bullet from a gun, that's talking about people who move slowly, right? Bowman, why are you so melee? I'm sure she never used to be melee. It must be different weapons have different ranges. I wonder if you can get a ranged weapon for Grumpos and then you'd just be the best character by far. Is that dead yet? It's the 3rd hit on it, right? Oh well, this should do it. Firing the space laser. Whipping out the ion cannon, you know. Imagine the power thing that thing could do if it was scaled up appropriately. If Democratus was regular size, it would have like a fucking galaxy-destroying death weapon on board. Is this? No, we've not been this way. We haven't been up again. There's a very short floor. Not that I'm complaining. Kind of want to be off this spaceship. It's not the most exciting of places. Quite like the colour palette. A lot of purple and orange and stuff. That's quite nice. But beyond that, I'm kind of... What the fuck are these? Oh dear. Alright, next enemies, I guess. Look at them waddle. Probably should have healed before coming into this. now that I think about it. At least we can hit these bastards, even if they do only take 100 damage. Ooh, that's some damage resistance you got there, friend. We'll go for number 5. I mean, no matter how roboty they are, they're not gonna like fire, right? No one really enjoys being set on fire. Crapatron Brutal Bot. It's an appropriate name, to be fair. Fucking brutalizing me. Give me those nipple twists. You know what? Let's not let Democritus die. How's that for an idea? Oh, better. Who wants a fire spire in now? Number 2. Number 2 looks like he's eager for being flamed. For being thoroughly roasted. Is that even doing damage to him? I thought it was just a funny angle when I didn't see the damage on the first one, and you know, I'd missed it because the camera was all over the fucking place as usual. But it doesn't look like that did any damage either. This leaves me a little bit worried about the whole situation. Like, how am I actually going to kill them when my attacks do fuck all and they appear to be immune to magic? Oh, and they can dodge all of my shots as well, because of course they can. Please die. Just let me kill one of them. Hey! Right. Plasma War. It's only going to do about 14 damage to each of them, but you know, it's something. More than she's doing with her awful spell. Which is usually an amazing spell, I should add. She's normally an absolute mother of a character, but right now she's not proving massively useful. This is going to be a long ass fight. If I'd known this, I would have just wrapped up at that last time minder, because it's going to be well over the hour by the time this is done, I'm telling you. Putting in overtime for you lads. And or lasses. Why do I sound like a creepy pervert every time I mention females? It's probably because I'm a creepy pervert. Might be something to do with it. But hey, perverts have rights too, you know. Thank God we have people like that old bloke who shot down the recent law that was trying to pass to stop people taking up skirts. Can't remember who he is. I don't follow politics particularly. I just remember that being a thing. I did follow politics for a little while, and then I gave up because I realised it's all a load of bollocks. It'd be good if it worked. You know, I quite like politics actually worked, but unfortunately they don't really. You know, no matter what way you slice it, you're always just gonna have some random rich people in charge who, you know, don't really know what they're talking about. Because when you're a career politician and all you've ever really done is chatted shit with your rich mates, then you're not really in a position to be able to truly represent the common man. And this is what I start talking about when I'm sleep deprived and in an incredibly long battle in a turn-based RPG. We get a little bit off topic, a little bit sidetracked, you know. And I think that's reasonable. I think it's understandable. You can't blame me, can you? This might be an issue. Oh good, they decided to stop attacking boots. I'm getting dangerously low on heal grease though. That's twice now Boots has been at death's door and has looked out when it comes to not getting destroyed. Let's use Plasma War now that there's one less enemy to hit with it. That's using your noggin. I know it's been sat there waiting for like 3 turns and I've just not been using it. It wasn't an intentional thing, I just sort of was just repeatedly clicking attack and not really paying much attention to who was doing what. Down to the last 2 now. This fight will be over in the next day or so. I want to go get a cup of tea or something, now will be a good time. In fact, if you want to just close the video, I'm probably just going to save after this anyway, so you're not going to miss much. But on the off chance that you want to stick around and enjoy my company, then, well, good on you. You know, you and me can be good friends. Just leave a comment below saying you want to be my best bud for life, and we'll make it happen. You know, we'll meet up, we'll go for a coffee, we'll chat about old times. You know, that time I was stuck in an Anachronox battle for 25 minutes, and yeah, it could be the start of something beautiful. You know. Once again, got a little bit creepy, didn't it? I'd stop if I knew how, I'm telling you. I only really have one setting, and it is, you know, worrying, sweaty 30-year-old. Keeps sort of hanging around and trying to include himself in your conversations. Now that, you see, was a parody of my personality, and the reason you know that is because I'm actually 29. Can this die, please? I don't really want to have to use another heal grease complete. I mean, it can't... Yeah, there we go. It's over. We managed it. Yay us. That's it, Bowman. Do a little happy dance. You earned it. We all earned it. Us, as a team. The swarthy detective, the super smart black chick, and the planet. Yep. I forgot where the time minder was. It's not going to be behind the locked door. I can pretty much guarantee that one. It'll be this one over here then. Wasn't there one out here? Was it downstairs? I'm sure I just saved before that battle. Yeah, there it is. Good. Excellent. Just used that on the wrong person. There we go. You need... No, you're good. Okay. And we will save, and we will wrap up here. That's really enough. That's really more than anyone needs of this area, you know. There will, of course, be more of this area in a following episode. I should add, though, that the Steam summer sale's on, and I just bought a shit ton of new games, and I'm kind of tempted to start an LP on one or more of them at some point. So I might end up doing that and running a third one alongside Earthlock and Anachronox, which means this series is going to take to the end of the year to finish, and we all know it. But such is life. Such is life. At least there'll be a bit of variation in my upload schedule. It won't just be Earth like Anachronox, 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 Earth like Anachronox.